What is going on, guys? In this video, I have something that is absolutely revolutionary. I found out a way that you guys can completely automate your text messages using Clawdbot. And in this video, I'm going to be walking you through step by step how to do it completely for free. Now, we are going to be using a skill from ClawHub. If you don't know what a skill is, it's basically just a tool that you can give to Clawdbot to use whenever it wants. That's the basic gist of it. Now, I've been playing around with this skill for weeks now, and it's been super useful, and I've made so many improvements to it. I will be releasing that version soon enough, but today I'm just going to be giving you the basic working version. Now, the only caveat is that you're going to have to do this on a Mac system as well as be signed into your iMessages app. All the instructions you're going to need for this will be linked in the description. All the commands you're going to need, you can just directly copy and paste. So with that being said, let's get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to open up our terminal. Once you're in the terminal, you're going to copy and paste this command to download a tool called iMessage. iMessages basically allows you to send messages from your terminal. Now, in this case, I already have it installed, so it's going to say so. But once we do this, we're going to have to now grant the terminal the proper permissions. We do this by going to our system settings. We go into privacy and security. We're going to click on full disk access. And just make sure that terminal is checked on. If you don't see it here, just click on the plus icon, go to applications and look up terminal. Also, you're going to make sure that you have a Gemini API key because we will be using the Gemini model to keep it free. If you don't have a Gemini API key, I will link my YouTube video on how to get a free Gemini API key in the description, so make sure you check that out. Now, we will be downloading the skill that I mentioned. It's called Autoresponder. Make sure you pay attention because this part is important. This link will be in the README file. Okay, we're going to click on download zip. You're going to go to your home directory, and from here, you're going to press Command-Shift-. This is going to show your hidden folders. We're going to install it in the OpenClaw hidden folder. So we're going to go here to OpenClaw. We're going to go down to Workspace. We're going to go to Skills. Make sure you click on Skills, and we're going to rename this to just be Autoresponder, nothing else. If you don't rename it to Autoresponder, Clawdbot will not be able to detect it, so make sure you do that. Okay, we're going to save that. Awesome. Now, the next thing you're going to do is go back to your terminal. Using the Gemini API key that you got from my video, we're going to export it to our environment so Autoresponder can see it. So we're going to copy and paste the command. We're going to paste it here. And you have to paste in your key within the quotation marks. Make sure it's within the quotation marks and you don't accidentally delete a quotation mark. I'm going to skip this part because I already did it. Okay, now we're going to go back to your Finder. We're going to go to your home directory. And we're going to look for a directory called Claude. You have to make sure you have the Claude directory. Autoresponder is going to be looking for this directory. If you don't have it, all you have to do is create the directory. It's okay if it's empty because the first time you run the Autoresponder, it will create all the directories you need. So don't worry about that. Okay, next, we're going to go to .openclaw. We're going to go to our workspace, skills, autoresponder, scripts, and we're going to open up the watcher.js script. We're going to be modifying this. Currently, as it is, it's using OpenAI API, but we want to use Gemini since it's free. So we're going to go to the GitHub repository, copy the watcher.js file, and paste it into here. Make sure you save that. And like you can see here, it was previously using the OpenAI API, but I reconfigured it to be able to use the Gemini model. In this case, we will be using Gemini 3, but you can use 2.5, you can use 2.5 Lite, you can use 1.5, any Gemini model. I also added a disclosure so you can see which response is the AI's. Also, I modified the send message. Previously, as it was, send message was only able to send iMessages. So it was only able to send blue text messages. In other words, it was only able to auto-respond to iPhones. But now it responds to iPhones and non-iPhones. Like I said, this is the minimum working version, but I've made so many more improvements to it, and I will be releasing that soon and a video on it. Okay, now we're going to go back to our terminal. Going to copy and paste the cd command, and we will be installing our dependencies that we need. So just copy and paste that. And in this case, OpenAI is just the client that we're using to communicate with Gemini. Don't be confused because we're using OpenAI as a client, but we're actually using Gemini model. The most important part is that you follow all the steps. You don't have to understand everything as of now. Okay, and next we have to make our launcher script executable. So just copy and paste the next command. Okay, perfect. Now pay attention to this part because it's really, really important. You want to make sure you start Clawdbot from this terminal. Everything you're doing within this terminal has to stay within this terminal. This terminal has all the proper permissions set. So if you start Clawdbot from a different terminal, you may or may not get permission errors. So just make sure you started from here. First, we're going to make sure that Clawdbot is completely stopped. We're going to use this command to do so. Okay, awesome. And now we're going to start it. Again, all of the commands you need are in my README file, so just make sure you check that out. Everything is in order and it tells you how to do it step by step. Here we can see our autoresponder skill has been started. Okay, next, we're going to go to Telegram and communicate with Clawbot. The beautiful part about this is that we can command the autoresponder from our phone if we really wanted to. Now, just to explain some basic functionality, the way the autoresponder works is that it doesn't automatically listen to all your contacts. You have to specify which contacts you want the autoresponder to automatically reply to by adding it to the watch list. So right now, I'm going to be adding a free Google Voice number just for testing purposes so you guys can see this live. Okay, so we're going to go to Telegram. We're going to enter this command to add a number to the watch list. Here's the contact name and how the AI should reply. Okay, awesome. So here we can see it's been added. Now, whenever you add a new contact or make any changes to the code, you have to restart the autoresponder. As the autoresponder is now, it only has a restart command. It doesn't have a start command, but don't be confused. We will be using the restart command to start it. So just type this in to start it. Autorespond, restart. Hopefully this starts with no issue. Usually we get some type of issue. Okay, awesome. So now we can see this has started successfully. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our Google Voice number and send a message to iMessage. Here I've been testing it previously, but we're going to do this from scratch. Because the autoresponder also takes in our conversation history, it's going to see a bunch of incomplete conversation. So this is going to influence how the AI responds. Here I'm going to ask a basic question. Hey man, how are you doing in this blizzard? Okay, we're going to send this. And now we're going to go to our log so we can see it in real time. Here you can see when the iMessage responder started, and we're going to see us receiving the message, generating a message, and then sending the message. So here we have received the message, new message from best friend, generating a response. So this is where it sends the conversation history to Gemini, as well as the prompt that we inputted. And you can see here the message that was generated. Here we can see it's sent. If we go back to Google Voice, we can see this is the message that I sent from Google Voice to my iMessage. And it says, oh, it's tropical. This message was generated by Gemini AI. And now let's open up my iMessages and see from this perspective. Okay, so now from my perspective, we can see that I got this message. Hey man, how are you doing in this blizzard? And then the AI responded in my behalf saying this, right? And the reason it's a green text message is because I'm responding to a Google Voice number. If the number that texted me was another iPhone, it would be blue. So don't be confused by this. But anyways, guys, this is the basic gist of it. Like I said, I have a much better working version that I'm going to be releasing soon and a video on that. So stay tuned for that. Listen, I've been playing with this around for weeks and I ran into many errors. So you're bound to have a question. So just feel free to leave it in the comments below and I will get back to you trying to help you out as much as I can. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching and I will see you in the next one. Peace.